And this is the astrological forecast for the sign of Virgo for the whole of 2022. For most of you, it's going to be an interesting year and a quieter year from early May onwards. Let's get the basics out of the way, let's get the facts in place, and then we'll look at the analysis. The once every year new moon in Virgo will be on the 27th of August. This is a healthy new moon, it's quiet, not a big deal. The once every year annual full moon in Virgo will be on the 18th of March. Now this is a particularly nice full moon, it's exactly trine Pluto, and it suggests that those of you born on or after the 19th of September, that this full moon on the 18th of March is a very good one for you. It's a great time to be bringing a number of things to a close, not in any negative way, but clearing space so that the future can then evolve in a really positive way. Now, the Sun will move into Virgo on the 23rd of August this year, and it will leave on the 23rd of September. Mercury is going to be doing its retrograde thing with you over the coming year. Now, Mercury will move into Virgo on the 4th of August and it will leave Virgo on the 26th of August. But then it's going to go retrograde and it's going to zip back into Virgo around the 23rd of September. And it's going to stand still in Virgo around the 2nd of October before leaving once again around the 11th of October. What this tells me is that those of you born on or after the 17th of September, then realistically the period of perhaps say the 20th of August 2022 through to 10th of October 2022, it's not a good time for making major changes, of course, major changes to your travel plans or business plans. Mercury's retrograde is going to be particularly impacting on those of you born on or after the 17th of September. Venus will move into Virgo from the 5th to the 29th of September. Mars, I'm delighted to say, is not going to be touching Virgo in any direct way, although it will be in your opposite sign from the 14th of April through to about the 23rd of May, which may be a more physically dynamic and assertive time, but may also be a little bit more provocative as well, but not so much as you would recognise on the day-by-day level. Jupiter will be opposite all of your suns in the first 18 weeks of the year. Jupiter will be in Pisces from the 1st of January through to about the 10th of May, and during this time it will pass opposite the Sun of each and every one of you. This could easily suggest that in the first 4 months of next year, or the first 19 weeks, it would be very easy for all of you to go through a period of up to a week long where you overreach, overstretch, overindulge, bite off more than you can chew, spend too much, put on weight. Jupiter promises more than it delivers. If you take the top 10%, you'll be fine. If you take the top 80%, you'll bite off more than you can chew. Jupiter will also move retrograde into Pisces and be opposite the Sun of those of you born only on the 21st, 22nd, 23rd of September in the latter part of the year. And here again, some situations will need to be balanced, going for quality, not quantity. Saturn, I'm delighted to say, is not touching you in 2022. Nice. Uranus will be. Those of you born around the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th of September, this last year has brought quite a few positive changes into your life. And these changes are about to become amplified and accelerated in the first 4 months of 2022. If you're born from the 3rd to the 6th of September, then the first 3 or 4 months of this year is definitely a time for taking chances. Incidentally, especially I would suggest around the last 10 days of February and the first week of March. Very fortunate time for those of you born in the first week of September. After this, Uranus then moves on, and those of you born around the 7th to the 11th of September, the time of May onwards seems to be a very good time for you. I expect some very positive changes coming in. I expect the opportunities for fresh starts and new beginnings, for a lot more stimulus to come into your life, for novelty and originality and a sense of uniqueness. Neptune is in your opposite sign and will be all year. Has been there for over a decade. Will still be there for another 3 or 4 years. Those of you born around the 12th, 13th, 14th of September, this last year has been messy, dissolving, confusing, nebulousness, uncertain, weary, tired, gullible, escapist. This will come to an end shortly now. And by the time you're into early March, those of you born on the 12th, 13th, 14th of September should feel that you're entering a period of much greater clarity. There may be a brief blip at the start of April, but it will be for a week, no more. Those of you born on the 15th, 16th, 17th of September, Neptune's going to be opposite your Sun over the coming year. This is not a good year for doing marathons. It is not a good year for you to be doing anything which requires major physical effort or clarity of mind. It's going to be a year which could very easily be confusing, nebulousness, uncertainty, fatigue and tiredness. However, another way of manifesting this is that for those of you born on the 15th, 16th, 17th of September, this next year is actually a very good time for you to be inspirational, artistic, quasi-spiritual, empathic, compassionate, doing anything that involves the more subtle, refined, elegant, sophisticated side of life. It's just not a good year for doing anything that requires a lot of physical energy, because that's going to be in relatively short supply. Pluto is going to be smiling on all of you, but especially those of you born on the 18th, 19th, 20th, 21st of September. Great deal of transformation, regeneration, rebirth going on slowly, subtly, quietly in the background. It's a healthy energy and there's an element of rebirth here. For almost all of you, it's a good year. The only times I'm worried about is going to be that little blip around the start of April, where a number of you might actually find that things get a bit out of control. If so, it's primarily going to affect those of you born around the 14th, 15th, 16th of September, but it will impact on all of you. And it is those people of the 15th, 16th, 17th. You're the exception rather than the rule. But for the most of you, it's a quieter year, not quite as positive as 2021, but certainly no major challenges. Big thank you to all the people that have helped me. You know who you are. It is those little donations that come in that keep me going. Without it, I wouldn't be able to keep putting out the free content I do. So thank you. You know who you are.